What's up, guys? Artem MMA Analysis here. Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena 2 has been announced as the coaches of The Ultimate Fighter Season 30. I'm not mad, but I am quite disappointed, man. It's The Ultimate Fighter Season 30. They really probably could have done something a lot bigger, in my opinion. It's Season 30, you know, it's like Season 25. I can't actually remember if they did anything important for Season 25. I think they had a belt on the line for Season 25, actually. Season 20, I think they did something pretty big. Now we've got Season 30. They could have done something massive, and they kind of haven't really, which is a little bit disappointing. But one thing I am quite happy about is the two weight classes that they've chosen, the men's heavyweights and the women's flyweights. Two divisions that do need more fighters in them, in my opinion. They could have even done men's heavyweights and men's flyweights as well. That would have been pretty great combination to have. But on the other side of the coaches, man, we could have had Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. We could have had Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. We could have had Dustin Poirier versus Nate Diaz. Could have had Tony Ferguson versus Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor versus literally anyone. Maybe even Conor McGregor versus Uriah Faber again. Since they've been kind of talking a little bit of beef. Henry Cejudo versus someone. Maybe even Henry Cejudo versus Piotr Jan. Henry Cejudo versus Alexander Volkanovski again, maybe. Henry Cejudo versus anyone. I mean, like, guys, there's just bigger names that could have been put in here. John Jones versus Stipe Miocic could have been this. But it wasn't, man. We've got Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes too. I guess it's cool, but at the same time, it's not really. Looking at the level of competition, the men's heavyweights competition is actually quite good. One thing I am concerned about is Bobby Maximus here. He's from the Ultimate Fighter Season 2, so he's coming back for Season 30, but he hasn't fought since 2009. I'm very interested to see why he's here. To be honest, it'll be interesting to hear his story. But no, the point is, he was on the Ultimate Fighter Season 2 years ago in 2005, and they're bringing him back. So I was very interested in that kind of end there. On the hand of men's heavyweights, though, in my opinion, I'm going to give some predictions, by the way, on who I think has a good chance to win. And just to say it right now, I think Jordan Heidemann, Niall Bartley, Zach Pwaga, and Muhammad Uzman are your ones to look out for. And that's not just looking at record. I know it kind of seems like I'm just looking at the records, but if you look at the competition level face, Jordan Heidemann, I have to go on Tapology, but to have a kind of look. But Zach Pwaga, on the other hand, he's got a couple of good wins, man. He's got wins over in Cage Warriors, 12-5 win, 5-2 win, not too bad. 2-1, even as you're 2-0, is not a bad win either. Made his debut, gets a guy that's 3-1, and he's also got a very comprehensive, 5-0 amateur career. So definitely a guy to look out for in Zach Pwaga, in my opinion. Bobby Maximus, he's going to be 43. Don't really think he's got too much of a chance, to be brutally honest. He hasn't fought since 2009. It's very strange there. Jordan Heidemann, on the other hand, I'm pretty big on Jordan Heidemann. I have actually had a little bit of an eye out for him when I've been watching LFA. I think he's actually got some of the better wins on the whole season. He's got an amateur career of about 6-7-1 there. And he's got a couple of good wins, 4-0, 6-2, 6-2 wins there. I think he's going to have a good chance here in the Ultimate Fighter. Muhammad Usman, on the other hand, is actually the brother of Kamaru Usman, which is very interesting there. Maybe he will have high-level training experience, but he is coming off a loss in PFL, which is actually a problem with a lot of these fighters. A lot of these fighters are actually coming off losses, which is very interesting to kind of note. But yeah, he's coming off a loss to a guy in 5-1 in Brandon Sales. And his last win was 2-6, 5-3, 5-1. I mean, still pretty good win there against Alexis Garcia. But, you know, he's coming off a loss. Like, why not give Brandon Sales the opportunity to... I mean, it's for 40, actually. I take that back. But, I mean, that's kind of my point, you know. Muhammad Usman, he's coming off a loss, coming onto the Ultimate Fighter. I know he's Kamaru Usman's brother, so he's definitely excuses to be made. But Juliana Miller, coming off a loss to Claire Guthrie, who's actually also on the show. So it's going to be interesting. They're probably going to talk to each other about that fight. But yeah, I think Jordan Heidemann and Zach Pwaga are probably your go-to looks, in my personal opinion, on who I think is actually going to win the whole thing. There are some pretty other good guys here. Eduardo Perez, I think he's got a loss to a guy that's not very experienced. And I think Chandler Cole is only coming off like a one-fight win streak, even though he's the most experienced heavyweight in the house. He's coming off a loss himself, and unfortunately, I think it's against Untitled Chapter. That's fine, but the thing is, his wins are just against guys with losing records. You know, a little bit concerning to kind of look at there. But best of luck to all of the guys in the house. On the other hand, on the female side, I think that Brogan Walker's got the best chance to win in the female house. All of these girls, you know, a lot of the girls in the house are not very experienced. I know a lot of them do have boxing experience. There's a couple with boxing experience, and there's also a couple with bare knuckle boxing experience as well, which is pretty cool. Catherine Patrock is obviously coming off the Dana White's Contender Series fight, where she took it on short notice. She was 3-1 at the time, fought a 6-0 fighter. Lost a decision, but I think, yeah, they're going to give her another opportunity to get in the UFC. She's alright. She's got a pretty good ground game from memory. Brogan Walker, on the other hand, in my opinion, has fought the higher level competition. And I think Brogan Walker, just from what I've been looking at, I think she's got a better chance to win. That's all I've really got to say. I think she just got high level competition. She's got some good wins on her record. She lost to Erin Brantfield and Pearl Gonzalez, 2 UFC level fighters. Her wins are pretty alright as well. But everyone else, you know, not really someone to really be looking out for, man. Not very experienced fighters on the women's flyweight side, which I guess is kind of cool. It just is what it is, man. But yeah, that's my picks for the Ultimate Fighter 1030 already. Kind of just a discussion, kind of just a reaction. Very interesting how it has worked out. I do think men's heavyweights and men's flyweights would have been pretty cool, because men's flyweights are kind of popping off at the moment. But I do understand that men's heavyweights and women's flyweights are the two divisions that do need more fighters in them. And we definitely kind of do want to see another star come out of the heavyweight division, because at the moment, you know, ever since we lost Brock Lesnar, we've kind of got Stipe, now we've got John Jones, we've got Francis Ngannou, I guess is kind of a star, but the UFC aren't really promoting him too much. So yeah, I think we could potentially get a lot of hype behind the winner of the Ultimate Fighter Season 30. It'll be interesting to see what happens, and it'll be very interesting if Bobby Maximus wins. But yeah, that's it, man. That's my video.